to the Postmodern Art Podcast, the podcast dedicated to giving artists who are wowing the world over the platform they deserve. I am your host, Nathan Ragland, and for today's episode, we take that first step on our own invisible stairway to a fantastic conversation with a sensational guest that I know you guys are going to absolutely love. Today's guest is Shihori, a Japanese vocalist and songwriter whose sensational singing and unique blend of J-pop and other music genres has been heard throughout the world and across several mediums of art. I'll be honest, when the opportunity first arose for me to talk to Shihori, I wasn't sure what I was stepping into, but honestly, after taking a chance to listen to her music as well as the conversation you're about to hear before you, I am so glad I did, and I sincerely cannot wait for you guys to hear the conversation that we had before you. It is a fun chat, and Shihori is just quite a personality. I think you guys are genuinely going to love this chat. If you enjoy our guests, please make sure you support her with the links down in the description below. If you enjoy the podcast, make sure you like, share, subscribe, or follow whatever audio streaming platform you prefer. Leave 5 stars wherever you can. You know I see that stuff, and you know it genuinely warms my heart. If you want to go a little further with that support, may I recommend you check out the merch shop at fourthwall.com. We have a lot of incredible designs as done by some sensational artists that we've had on the podcast, including the incredible logo design as done by Roshan Galaxy. I think you would look sensational in this streetwear today. And look, if all you want is a nice, cool, casual place where you can meet other incredible artists in this community, maybe even potentially showcase your own art and grow as an artist as a whole, may I recommend you check out our Discord server, the Artist Sanctuary. The group we already have there and the fun we've been able to have, it's an absolute blast, and I really enjoy all the new people that have been coming through there, especially as of late. And I think it would be a fun addition to that group today. But now, without further ado, please enjoy the Postmodern Art Podcast. Alright, Shihori, before we really do get going, I must ask the icebreaker question of the podcast, if I may. Let's say you get to go to a deserted island on your own accord. It is just you, alone with your thoughts. You get to kick back, relax, breathe, get to truly enjoy yourself for a little bit. I shouldn't say desert island, more like a little, personal paradise away from society for a little bit, with all the amenities that you could ever need on this place. To make sure you don't go completely insane on this island, you could bring one piece of media or one piece of art with you to help with whatever kind of headspace you want on this island. If given this opportunity, what would that one piece be?
Yeah, art? I don't know. I'm not sure. One device. Probably iPhone. It has everything.
Oh, sorry, say that again?
iPhone.
Oh, your iPhone?
It has everything.
You know what? That's an easy answer. I could understand where you're coming from, because like you said, it has everything. Yeah, it has movies, videos, music, all that jazz.
Yeah. Yeah, not sure if Wi-Fi is included.
Like I said, there's all the accommodations and all the amenities, so we can make sure that there's Wi-Fi on this island so that you're not.
Oh, okay.
No, I totally get that. Yeah. I mean, easy answer. Are you locking the iPhone? Regardless, that is your answer. You're locking that in.
Yeah.
Then if
realistic.
Yeah, no, very realistic. Honestly, I completely understand. Look, I'm a person that is very attached to my phone as well. I have an Android, but I'm very attached to my phone. I completely understand why that is the go-to option for you.
Yeah.
But regardless, I cannot think of a better way to start the Postmodern Art Podcast. Welcome, everyone. I am your host, Nathan Ragland. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, or follow whatever audio streaming platform you prefer. You look fantastic in the merch that we have at the merch shop, fourthwall.com. Link to that is in the description below. And follow us on Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and most social media platforms at Postmod Art Pod for future updates and guest announcements, including today's guest. She is a Japanese vocalist and songwriter whose sensational singing and unique blend of J-pop and other music styles has been heard throughout the world and across several mediums of art. Welcome to the podcast, Shihori!
Hi, Nathan! Nice to meet you. Everybody, nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing very great. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic now that I'm getting the chance to sit here and chat with you. Like I kind of mentioned before we really started recording, I've gotten really invested ever since I first became aware of you, and I have been just absolutely amazed with just the amazing musical elements you found a way to interweave into your music. Like I cannot get enough of it, and I cannot wait to talk about what you're producing these days. But before we talk about the stuff you're doing now, I want to go back just a little bit and learn more or less the origin story of Shihori. What got you interested in art and music and stuff in the first place?
First place, I was interested in I liked singing since I was two.
Okay.
And yeah, and I was singing the songs on like a hearing from TV show, and I maybe memorized it, and sang it perfectly. At the third time hearing the same song, and that's what I heard from my mom all the time. And but maybe to be a singer. So when I was seven, I was with all the grades of kids and the parents in a picnic bus, like which was like a monkey park,
Okay.
and everybody's yeah karaoke like on the way back from the picnic. And but I'm an Asperger person,
Mm-hmm.
and back then like I had no friends. I couldn't communicate with other people, so I was just sitting like
Oh.
this forever. Yeah. Then somebody asked me to sing something song, and I sang one song a cappella. And that at the moment everybody stopped and stared at me. And,
Oh.
what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? I was super confused, and that was the first moment I was connected with the world outside of myself,
Okay.
and that was very yeah super shocking new experience to me. And maybe I started to write songs right after that when I was seven.
Okay. Okay. No, honestly, I love that more or less like that moment where it's not just you, but like everyone kind of realize, oh wait, there's something special with Shihori. Like she actually has like great abilities when it comes to singing. Like she can actually like kill it if she like took the chance to like dedicate yourself to it. Do you, just out of curiosity, because you mentioned like a song that you had sung when you were two? Do you remember that song like even now, like that song that you had sang?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can sing that song now, but I didn't know the name of the song even. Like it's
Oh,
not
okay.
popular. I learned it in at the kindergarten.
Okay.
Then just I knew the song, but I didn't know the popular songs.
No, that's fair. You know what? That's completely understandable. I can understand where you're coming from, and I love
Yeah.
that for you. It was kind of more or less a way, especially early on, like you said, like you were struggling with Asperger's and just people in general, and like I loved how early on it was a way for you to be able to express yourself and put yourself out there that you may never have been able to otherwise. Is that why you also like not too long afterwards started to get invested in songwriting as well, like as a way to further like find a way to express your feelings and emotions like you'd never been able to before?
Probably just I knew nothing about the word or things, so I thought that was the way to be a singer.
Okay. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
you're not
simply.
wrong.
And it kind of I was right maybe,
I mean,
seeing what I'm doing right
yeah, I was gonna
now.
say, here you are right now, world renowned
Yeah.
at this point. Like, there's no denying that it's certainly a way to get there. So I'm
Yeah.
curious as well. Like, when did it go from, like you said, just kind of this early like discovery of, you know, hey, I could potentially sing to when did it go from that to something that you took seriously and something that you wanted to make like a passion and truly your career? Like, when did you really become serious about being a singer and a songwriter?
Yes, when I was at 17 or something, I was into kind of like a theatrical play. But
Okay.
back then, like I was in a drama club, and I was more like into like actress, sing. But I liked singing still. But one day, so there was a school festival,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a karaoke stage, and a friend of mine, in like my classmate, she asked me to sing something on the stage, and
Okay.
okay. And I sang a song, and the same thing happened, but same thing always happened though, like every time I sing, everybody stopped. Like that happened all the time, 100% time, and when that happened again, then so I was very nervous and I didn't realize how everybody was reacting, but there were so many people, big crowds. At
Mm-hmm.
the end, when I realized, like finished the singing, and wow, so many people, everybody, like went so crazy, and I became famous in a school that, oh, there's a girl really good at singing type of thing. And a friend, my bestie back then, around the time, told me that your singing voice is so amazing, and you should like keep singing to spread the love through your music.
See, that is
And I felt like,
yeah, that is a lovely
yeah, like,
sentiment.
yeah, exactly. Then I was like super shocked, and like a Sunday moment, and that is my mission. Yes, I'll do it. And I took it serious.
I just gotta say, I love how like the entire like school or whatnot has this reaction to you singing like they have never heard of singing before. It's like you start singing, and all of a sudden everyone's like, "What is this sound? What is this thing happening? Is this what singing
Yeah.
is?" Like that. I mean, to be fair, especially when people take the opportunity to listen to your singing, especially nowadays, and how you're able to just like belt out those notes sometimes or whatnot, I can understand why people just kind of stand in awe, just being like, wow, that is special.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's strange, but it happened to me all the time. So like somehow, I'm not sure if I was really good. I don't think I was really good, but it's
Oh,
still like something like maybe caught everybody's like a heart or like a mind or something. Then so I started to believe my thinking had something power.
I mean, it's again, you say that like you're not sure if you were really good then or whatnot, but again, here you are right now, being able to live out that dream as being a songwriter, as being a singer and a vocalist and all stuff like that. If your singing was good, especially in today's day and age where it's easy to go through talent and such, I'm sure you wouldn't have the longevity that you have been able to have in the past 10 some odd years that you've been able to like seriously do this kind of thing. Like it's
Right.
I can only imagine, especially for you, like how cool of an idea it was, but also how hard it was for you to actually like get out there and truly go for this dream.
Right, exactly. So way older than I probably look. So back then, so there's no internet for very long years, and it's just
Yep.
a cassette tape. And so there's no like iPhone or video stuff or digital video, nothing like that. Everything is
Right.
analog, and so there's no like record of me singing back then. My parents might have something, but I don't know. I've never seen it. And
Okay.
so, like, yeah, definitely was way harder. But anyway, so yeah, seems like I made
Yeah.
it.
No joke. I mean, especially whenever like, I'm not gonna lie, I saw how old you were based on like online stuff or whatnot, and I'm like, wow, like you could have,
Yeah.
if I had not seen otherwise, I would have assumed that you had just graduated from like high school in like maybe like 2015 or something like that, like not that recently or whatnot.
Yeah, I'm actually turning 45 this year.
Goodness, God, like again, you could have had me fooled very easily. I will tell you that much. But that being said, like, no, it has to be. It's really cool to see that, like, especially in that day and age when it's very hard for someone to go viral, considering the fact that going viral wasn't a thing. There wasn't an internet to go viral on or whatnot. The fact that you've been able to, throughout the years, kind of trek and move yourself forward and keep going
Right.
to get to this point. Like, what was it like, especially early on for you, to really try to get your name out there and really get your foot in the door when it comes to being a vocalist and such?
Yes, like traditional method to get into the music industry is to like you get the audition book
Mm-hmm.
and then like see the information of the record companies and you submit your I had MDs
Okay.
when at that time and so like I recorded my like singing with very poor quality and send them out to the like record companies like and like you may hear from them or not or like sometimes went to Tokyo and took auditions and like got first place but nothing happened so many things
Oh.
and yeah, but actually, so teacher from my high school, one of the teachers
Mm-hmm.
had a connection to record maker
Okay.
in Hokkaido. Yeah, then so he introduced me to that person, and so I moved to Sapporo, like Hokkaido,
Mm-hmm.
after graduated from high school and I was there for a while and so like yeah my first professional recording was like at the last year of my like high school
Oh wow.
uh, with them and so and I think that was the first thing. It didn't fly at all though.
Right, right. I mean, just because you can record something in the industry doesn't mean it's always going to succeed in the industry. Like, I can only imagine, you know, like you said, like just because you recorded it didn't mean really fly. I can only imagine like how long and how wild the journey must have been before you actually got something that actually got a little ground or whatnot. Like, how long did it take for you to have something that got some radio play, got you a little bit of attention, got you a little opportunities to actually go out and travel? Like, when did it for you like more or less click? Like, when could you actually say, "Hey, I am an artist. I am a musician"?
It was really hard, no, but anyway, like there were some big like highs and lows, and
Right.
mostly lows. And I moved back to my hometown, but I came back to like I moved to Tokyo
Mm-hmm.
when I was like 21 or something, and I started the like a gigging.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, formed a duo with a very genius pianist girl, and
Oh.
actually, yeah, she was studying jazz at the time. She's from classical though.
Okay.
Then, like her teacher was a saxophone player, and also he was managing the players, like musicians for like many various musical gigs. Then so I was like just hanging out with her at his company all the time. Then so he asked me one day, so, "Are you interested in singing for TV commercials?" And oh, that sounds really fun. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, sure.
Who wouldn't like the opportunity to at least have their voice on TV, especially in commercials?
Yeah, right. And it sounds really fun. And it started out, and I sang quite a lot of songs, and also it included the very, very like nationally famous TV commercial everybody hears, and like I got a lot of attention.
Nice.
And also there was a like a video game song too, like Beat Mania.
Okay.
And that was really, really early work. Then that was 2002. But still,
Wow.
I just started a career as a studio singer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was capable of singing pretty much everything, anything. And but it doesn't mean you are an artist, just a studio singer. That's a
Right.
very different job.
I mean, at the
Yeah.
I imagine at least at the very least, whenever you got opportunities like to sing for those commercials or the video games, like it was something that paid the bills while letting you, be able to still like express yourself a little bit. Like, hey, I get to have some fun, singing about like a yogurt commercial or singing a video game about like killer clowns or something like that. You know, like it's not exactly
Yeah, exactly.
it's not exactly the most ideal like way to express yourself, but again, it paid the bills. Like I imagine you were able to at least live decently at that time.
Yeah, it didn't pay much though, and so just I needed to some to other part-time jobs,
Right.
and but yeah, and also there were so many like weird things happening to me, and so like I was like kidnapped by my management company, like different people,
I'm
at
sorry,
some
what?
point. Yeah, I had like a very abusive management company at
Okay.
some point. Like, we were in that company, and we had really very crazy experiences there, and
Okay.
it was so scary. But I got out of there, and actually, I had something opportunity to debut as a singer songwriter first when I was 27, like
Okay.
2007. Yeah, as an anime singer songwriter.
Right, right. See, that was something I was definitely wanted to touch upon more than anything else because, like, obviously, especially in Western culture, like we love and absorb like anime a whole lot. So I can only imagine for you being there, what was that opportunity like to be able to actually like provide music for such incredible like what could potentially be like either the most epic of scenarios or like simple slice of life stuff. What is it like to be an anime singer?
Yeah, so I was a big anime fan, first of all,
Okay.
since I was a child. So I was checking all the anime shows on TV, and I was singing all the songs. I really, really loved it. And but eventually, I forgot to kind of like watch it or like graduate it,
Right.
right? Like as an adult. But and also the anime was more for kids back then.
Right, right.
And so yeah, so I didn't watch it much after that. But like kind of first the biggest trend of like anime happened like 2005 or something,
Mhm.
and everybody started to like watch like Haruhi or like these very like popular shows, and I was hearing it. And, oh, by the way, like anime sounds really interesting, and I was a really big anime fan. It might be really fun to sing these songs, so like I want to get into that industry. And it just it doesn't have to be like being an artist or debut or anything. Just I want to sing
Right.
like a background vocals or anything. That would be fun. Was
Yeah.
my first idea. Yeah, but actually, so somebody like a composer, friend, senpai, like liked my performance singing, and he wanted to introduce me to somewhere record maker, but he only had a connection to Lantis, which was anime label. So, oh,
Um,
that is what I wanted. When some lucky happened, and Lantis vice president producer back then liked me, and so I got to debut, which I didn't expect, and I was really I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I can imagine
Oh,
that like I can imagine like for example like for me I'm trying to get into like voice acting and stuff so like it'd be like yeah so it'd be like if I wanted to like try to get on to like a very popular show and just go and be like look I don't care if I'm just like a background noise that just says hey in the first place something
exactly.
like that and then
Like a
all of
no
us
name.
and then all of a sudden like they're like actually we want you to play the main character that's going to be going through this like 100
Yeah,
episode
exactly.
arc and such like I can understand why for you like it seemed like you had those low expectations like look I just want to at least get my foot in I want to get in there and I want to have some
Yes.
fun and then next thing you know like you people are recognizing your voice for like you're getting the opportunity to really belt out and really like express yourself like yeah having fun with like the anime and such.
Yeah, exactly like that. I was so nervous recording at the studio.
Oh, I can only imagine. Like it's a big task to go from like
Yeah.
these going from like studio artist and person that sings on like commercials and stuff to singing either the opening or the closing or singing stuff throughout when it comes to animes. Yeah, that bit of a leap. I can get why you were a little bit nervous.
Exactly. It's so different.
Yeah, exactly. It leaves me also curious because like hearing that you've had an opportunity to provide some incredible vocals for, I imagine, a good chunk of animes. Like you've had your opportunity, especially then. Was there a particular performance or a particular song from the anime days that you are particularly proud of? Like you can listen back to it and just be like, "Oh, this was my favorite when I got a chance to sing this."
So actually, it didn't go really well. So I didn't
Mm,
get many opportunities there. I had a lot of like more game song, PC game songs,
right, right.
and yeah, and there are so many songs that I really liked, but probably nobody knows them. So. Some people know though.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how dedicated people can be, especially if it's like their absolute favorite and they want to know every little detail about it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I really like the opening theme song for this PC game called Konpeki no Aerial, like
Okay.
Deep Blue Aerial.
Okay.
And that song was really really cool, and I really enjoy singing. And it has yeah, and also the game maker held a really big concert. Then so I performed there, so I have like great memories about that.
Absolutely. I can only imagine. Especially like I said, like especially whenever it gets like performed in concert or whatnot, which is again that kind of like. I imagine that probably took you back a little bit to like that high school, like when you got a chance to sing and everyone was just in awe of your singing, like hearing your voice, especially on like a big stage or whatnot. That's got to be a surreal moment. Like it's got to be insane to think like, hey, that's my voice, or like even watching back the anime, hearing your voice in like between what's going on, you got to be like, that's so weird. How is that reality?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that time is really nice.
Yeah, I'm glad it's really nice. So I'm curious, when did it evolve from you to go from again studio artist to anime artist to solo musician artist, like actually being able to put your own music. Like when did you take that next step to get to that point of actually putting out your own music?
Yeah, so another like a down and up
Yep.
here. So the thing with Landis didn't like go well.
Hmm.
Then I realized that I will think if I continue this like this, then many industry people recommended me to switch to songwriter because
Okay.
like they thought I was more talented in songwriting. Then so like I didn't like it, but so I wanted to make it as an artist, and so like okay, be patient for a while, and
Right.
let's achieve something as a songwriter first.
Hmm.
Then so kind of I paused the artist way, and like switched to songwriting side. Then actually it went very very well. I worked with Yoko Kanno,
Yep.
and which is my god.
Well, I imagine that, especially as an anime person yourself, seeing kind of the animes that he's been able to have a hand in or whatnot. The fact that you got a chance to work with someone like that for what was it, Ghost in the Shell, as one of the examples of whatnot. Like,
Bebop.
yep, that's got to be one of those. Yeah, and Cowboy People. Like, that's got to be a surreal moment of just being like, oh wait, I got
Exactly.
oh.
That was my first work as a professional songwriter, lyric
Okay.
writer, Shihori. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Okay. Oh,
yeah,
yeah. That was
back
that.
then,
Sorry, that was the moment where you actually became known worldwide as just Shihori, not whatever your name was in the industry beforehand.
yeah, exactly. I was Senna back then,
Hmm.
and Yoko Kanno like gave me a lot of encouragement and also like a compliments, and so that blew my mind. And like I got my confidence back because of her. My God, then so my song started to be picked out by many artists like Nana Mizuki, or like those like voice actress, singers,
Okay.
and idols. a lot, and so like my songs were always like mostly on the top of the Japanese like hit chart.
Okay.
After, yeah, after like maybe 5 years, 5, 6, 7 years all the time, and so it became my norm, and which I enjoyed, succeeding as a songwriter,
Yeah.
but that's not my goal, right? And so I wasn't
Oh.
satisfied at all, and that didn't fulfill myself. And so okay, so it's time to go back to my like artist career. In 2015 or 16, I was planning to,
Okay.
but so many, yeah, so many political like shit
Yeah.
happened, and I was really discouraged and disappointed. And okay, I'm done. I'm gonna go to New York.
There you go. Yeah, let's that is a hell of a jump. I will give you that much. That's I mean, I can certainly understand, especially like you had said, like you gotten to the point to where like you've been able to do some incredible stuff and succeed, but you just weren't at that point that you wanted to be at. You wanted more, and nothing was going to stop you. So fuck it, let's go all out. We're
Yeah,
going to New York, baby.
yeah. American dream. Okay.
What? How long was how long has the American dream been a thing? Have you always thought about potentially going to America at some point, or was that something that you more or less made serious once you like fully dedicated yourself to the music path?
Yeah, so actually, since I was a child, and in elementary school, I was thinking about it because I didn't fit the Japanese culture all the time, and I was bullied at school all the time. And so my mom used to tell me that you would have been more successful if you were born in America. And oh,
Mm,
really? That sounds nice. Maybe I'll move to America someday. Was my initial idea when I was maybe like a 10 or around that time. And uh, and my first America was probably 2010 or 10, yeah, maybe 10, like for Otakon in Baltimore.
okay.
And I sang an opening song for Otakon, and oh, it was really fun. And also I had another like Japanese festival type of thing like in 2012 something, and it was so amazing. Santa Fe, in Santa Fe.
Okay.
And yeah, and it became to be more realistic for me. Like I could imagine I would move to America, and like imagining about it, but I kind of hung on tight with this Japanese thing. I wanted to succeed as a Japanese in Japan.
Right.
Stuck with it. Yeah, but still, it was like a too harsh for me. Like people tried to change me to fit the like a market, or like I was too strong. Like I am me. This is me. These Japanese people don't like it.
They tried to break down your spirit, so you were just like, know what? Screw this. My spirit is not made for here. It's for America, baby.
Exactly, and it maybe like import American version of Shihori to Japan someday. Like that would be easier. Was my idea.
That was the idea. Obviously, reality, I imagine it's a little different, but regardless, like especially hearing how much of a dream it has been, it must have been both really exciting, but also very scary once you actually got to America and you were very serious about doing this.
Yeah. It was so scary. So, although I made up my mind in one night, but still, I was like so scared. Oh, what to do? What to do? What to do? Oh, am I really okay? I was super freaked out.
No, I can completely understand why you were freaked out. Because if nothing else, you're going to New York, all right? New York is one of the busiest, most bustling places on earth. Like I imagine, like you probably had a good taste of that with Tokyo because of like how big and bustling it is. But New York is also a completely different beast on its own, just because of like people's attitudes and
Yeah.
everything like that going on through there. And on top of that, like you're someone that I don't know, like I said, you've been to America only like a handful of times, so like to make that like your everyday thing, adjusting to the culture for first and foremost must have been a hurdle on its own. But then to try to get over that hurdle while also trying to be successful was just like anxiety, pressure, just more and more coming down onto you.
Exactly. But interestingly, kind of, I love like pushing myself towards what I really want.
Oh
And
yeah.
so I was wondering which visa to get. So there were some options like a student visa, and that seemed the easiest one. But I took O1 visa, which is artist visa. You cannot make money out of music.
Oh
So,
wow.
oh, that's nice. Yeah, no insurance. I love that. That's really scary, but I just no, I had no doubts about taking O1 visa. So
I
that's
mean,
me.
at least you had remained dedicated to your goal that you were going to be an artist, you were going to be a musician throughout. Probably should have explored the
Yeah,
options a little bit more before you went fully down on the let me take the music visa and go from there. But you know what?
exactly.
I admire your dedication because like it seems to me, especially with what we've been able to talk about so far, it seems like any sort of hurdle that you get, any sort of challenge that seems to come your way, you're more than happy to like try to crush through it if that means like getting to your dream. I mean, we've already talked a lot about like how the industry has already been a bunch of hurdles beforehand. I hadn't even talked about like certain aspects that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. For people that don't know, you had mentioned earlier that like you deal with Asperger's, but also correct me if I'm wrong, you're deaf in this ear, right?
Yes, this year left.
Yeah, like that. I imagine like dealing with those is already a struggle as it was, and especially when it comes to like making music, because obviously music is very much on the audio aspect, and when half of your audio is not working,
Mm,
kind of a task on its own. But the fact that you've been able to move on past that and still like chase that dream, that's something that I can't help but love and admire. Like, what is the struggle like for you, especially when you're dealing with issues like that, when you're dealing with kind of the deafness and aspects like that?
yeah. So regarding deafness, it was inconvenient. It's inconvenient when it comes to maybe having show and having some monitors, but there is only one monitor from my deaf side.
Mm-hmm.
That's disaster. I cannot hear anything, so that that's the biggest hurdle for me. And or I cannot do like mix sing because if I do this and I hear only from this side, and so like what's happening from this side, and
Right.
I cannot hear. Yeah, that's the only tough part, but mostly it helped me more on the creative side because left ear is language ear and right ear is music ear, and
Oh.
so I'm yeah good at hearing sound as music, but I'm not good at hearing sound as a language. That's the downside of me. So I'm not good at listening language. And but I had a perfect pitch by nature on this side somehow, maybe like how brains work.
I say thank goodness.
Mysterious
Yeah,
thing.
I say thank goodness for that perfect pitch because otherwise your music career probably would have went a little differently if you did not have the perfect pitch. Um,
Yeah, so maybe like a balancing out. Oh, this side is deaf, and so how about like improve this more type of thing? I can write songs with no instruments
hmm
anywhere. So if I have notes, notebooks, and a pen, and I can write songs anytime, anywhere,
Yeah, no,
even in
absolutely.
loud. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wow, I sorry, my brain just went like blank for like a quick second there. No, um, look, it happens more often than I'd like to admit. No, but like it's really like it's really cool that like despite that even like little bit of hesitant what could be again another hurdle, another challenge that came your way, you're still able to produce such incredible music and such incredible tracks. Especially like that's the thing that I noticed more than anything else. Like especially like if even without the knowledge of again the fact that you're deaf in your left ear or whatnot, your music still comes out absolutely incredible. Like you could tell that like you definitely took the time
Oh,
and effort to really put forth some incredible music in one form or fashion, especially once you became more serious about it and got to America and got and were able to really exert yourself like you'd never had before. Like I can only imagine for you, you kind of hinted at it, but like how much, like how easy was it for you to be more creatively yourself, to actually feel more like yourself once you actually got to America and got free to truly express yourself like you never had before?
Mm, so I had been a very explosive person from the beginning, and so it's not changing at all. Like
Okay.
even I was like this even in Japan. So that's why people thought I was a weird person all the time. Yeah, I don't hesitate to talk to other people, strangers on the street, and hey, and my friends, oh, don't talk to strangers.
Look,
Why?
as someone that talks to strangers almost on a weekly basis, I completely understand where you're coming from. That's not weird. That's just being friendly. Can't we all just be friendly, you know?
Yeah, right. And everybody's like that in America, and so like I feel really comfortable in America. Like
Okay.
nobody sees me like weird person, and just like, oh, really expressive girl, and oh, I like her, yay! I can give you one more chocolate croissant at the cafe. Just I was dancing to the background music, and
I'm sorry. The
yeah.
look for a chocolate croissant. I will dance as well. I will be the weird person in the room if it gets me more food like that. Okay.
Right? So, like, kind of back in Japan, I was feeling sorry for being myself all the time. So I
Okay.
tried to hide myself. I tried to be a little more like a calmer or submissive. I was trying, but I needed to fix that in America, like rather than. I need to be back to my like a real self, and it was struggle because the kind of the habit in Japan. What I learned
Mm-hmm.
was really stubborn, and I needed to change back my like a original personality.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was really hard. Like at the first maybe a few years, but after maybe COVID, I started to get back my sense of my like a real explosion.
Yeah.
Then it became super easier and more comfortable here.
I mean, I certainly noticed that as I was going through your discography, especially because, in fact, that around COVID time is when you dropped one of your first albums, which was Shihorism, which I love that album. I will tell you straight up, I enjoyed it. I'm trying to think. There was one track in particular that I just put on my Spotify. I'm trying to remember what the name is. I'm gonna pull up my phone so I can remember it because there was one song.
Mutation.
It was a "Don't Think Feel." That's what the song is called. I
Ah, don't think feel
I
the a fairy tale ending theme song.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that because I'm not. I'll be honest. I know. I will be honest. I don't watch a lot of anime. I watch some, but I don't watch a lot of anime. But I heard that song in particular, and I loved it. Like it's the
Oh,
feel and the
thank
emotion,
you.
like the feel and the emotion of it. I have some friends that watch anime, and I think I told them like even before I got, whenever I told them that was getting you on the podcast, and I told them like, oh yeah, no, they've done these for like fairy tale and stuff like that. They got excited a little bit, being like, oh, that's incredible. I heard their music and such. I heard her music and such. So, but like,
Aw.
but like especially when I heard that song off of that album or whatnot, like I it leads me to wonder because obviously like I said like that one in particular was one for anime, but just in general, like once you what is the process in general for you when it comes to songwriting and such, because like especially now that like at this point you're in America, you're able to relax and truly be yourself like you never had before, and I imagine that ability to relax and be yourself made it a little easier for you to actually like write music and express yourself like you may had never been able to before compared to Japan where you had to kind of be like, I'm sorry, let me just work with the system or whatnot.
Mm.
So what's the process like for you, especially nowadays when it comes to writing songs and like getting being able to express yourself through music?
Actually, it's been a little harder for me to create songs, like when
Oh,
it comes to the English songs, because of the language
right,
level.
the language barrier, yeah.
Yeah. So the process itself never changes. It's been really easy for me all the time and easy and very instant because the process is to first ask God what I want.
Okay.
Hey God, I want this type of song that feels like this. Thank you. And I forget about it and
Okay.
go shower or go to the cafe or like have some relaxing time and the music comes into my head and
Okay.
that's it. Yeah, so simple.
I mean, hey, if it works, it works. Especially with again the opportunities that you've both made for yourself and the way you've been able to express yourself in certain ways. Plus, I imagine that also works when it comes to opportunities that get a chance to come to you, especially nowadays. Look, I've danced around it enough, but I know there's one song in particular that people know and love you for, especially these days. A song that you did 3 years ago, more or less. And that is the fact that you teamed up with a wonderful person, Nico Belisario. Please correct me if I'm pronouncing their last name right.
Yeah.
To provide a fan-made version of the JoJo Bizarre Adventures Steel Ball Run OP. I'm curious.
Yeah.
How did this song even come to be? Like, did Nico come to you being like, "Hey, I have this cool idea," or was it something that like you were a fan of and you wanted to like make yourself? Like, how did this song come to be?
Yeah, that one is interesting one. Nico Pirisario reached out to me on Soundbitter.
Okay.
Initially, he came up with that track. He was singing by himself, but the track was mostly completed. And hey, so I have this song, like this is fan made opening song for JoJo, and I heard that track and the song was really good, as people know.
Oh yep. Oh yep.
And yeah, so I thought like, is this the official Sim song? Because the quality was too good. It sounded like a really official song, right? And I got confused, and I didn't know the concept of fan-made opening songs type
Okay.
of thing. So I didn't understand at first. But oh, this is fan-made, like a doujin fan art type of thing,
Hmm.
and oh, okay, and he didn't have budget for me, and but oh, I will split the royalty, and about I cannot pay right now or things, but just the concept or like the music was too good, and so just okay, I'll do it anyway, and I took it immediately. And so he has always he comes up with his original lyrics in English, and so I would translate what he wrote in English into Japanese.
Hmm.
Then so I recorded the songs, and but we didn't expect this to be so spread out.
It's one thing to make a fan song that people love and enjoy. It's another thing when people latch onto that song to the point to where at the time that we're recording this, the video alone has 19 million views on it. Like the fact that you're going to like conventions or you're doing concerts and stuff and people want to hear you sing that song. Like that has to be
Yes.
that like you said, it must be so weird and surreal for you to know that like something that was made as just like, hey, this would be something fun to do, blew up to this point to where people recognize you and love you for it.
Exactly. It's such a fantastic feeling that I've written multiple songs for anime and video game
Yeah.
stuff, and even I've performed the video game songs these years, and so I appreciate that people started to realize who I am. Like many people know my songs, but didn't know myself.
Yeah.
And that was like, yeah, that had been my problem all the time, but now somehow like so many people know Holy Steel.
Well, I'll say
And so
imagine they know you from that. They might know you from League of Legends if they hear a certain song or two that you're able to do for that. They might know you from certain animes and stuff. I know another way that some people might be able to recognize you, and one that whenever I found it, I was amazed by it, is during COVID, you were able to help out with a charity version of the Cowboy Bebop ending theme, which I imagine for
yeah,
you,
it was nice.
consider the fact that you called Yoko Kano a god, that must have been really like a fun experience for you to be able to participate in that and sing that theme.
Yes, exactly. So during the COVID, Mason Lieberman, a friend of mine, reached out to me and so, hey, I'm doing this charity collab single, and you want to join as a lead vocal? And sure. And the big people kept coming in to that to the project because nobody had work. And so Mason was about to ask for permission, official permission from Sunrise and like other what I forgot, Sunrise and Funimation
Mm-hmm.
and also Yoko Kanno. And but actually, management of her replied to me, "Oh, hey, so are you interested in having Yoko Kanno herself as a guest?" And what? Why not? Yeah. And she and seatbelts jumped in to the collaboration at the end somehow, and I said, "What?" Nobody expected. But nobody had work, and probably she didn't have work, had work, and
Right.
so it was so crazy,
I
insane.
mean, like you said, like regardless, like it's still, especially for you, someone that has been chasing this kind of dream for years or whatnot, to see kind of the other people and like how people that you probably looked up to, or people that you couldn't help but admire, people that you may have seen along the way, like doing incredible stuff, and here you are getting the chance to work alongside them, or them being the ones to help you out and help make your dream a reality. Like it's one of those, like, again, like I kind of said before, it's surreal to think that like you're in this position right now to where you get these cool opportunities, you get this opportunity to express yourself like you never had before, you get a chance to work with like your heroes and such, you get a chance to be out there and perform and just be you.
Yeah, it's been so fantastic. I feel like I'm living in a dream
Yeah.
many times. Yeah, especially as an anime fan girl. Since when I was a child, I didn't imagine I would work with so many anime legends together. Like for example, like Yoko Kanno and Kohei Tanaka, who's One Piece composer, and it
Yeah.
kind of like he's a really good friend of mine. He's my great senpai, and we've worked it together multiple times. And created several songs together, performed together, and so wow, wow, this is
Yeah.
so surreal.
I mean, especially seeing this, like I said before, like especially seeing the songs you've been able to produce along like your discography or whatnot, especially the newest song you've been able to kind of unleash onto the world, one that I've really been excited to talk about. At the time that at least we're recording earlier this month, you got a chance to release your newest single, Invisible Stairway. I'm kind of curious because I kind of read a little bit when it came to the description and whatnot, but what was the ultimate inspiration for it, and what led you to ultimately make that song and put it out there into the world?
Yeah, so I had this policy since I was younger, and I've always made very, very big decisions, as I told you before, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I'm very bold when it comes to like making a decision and a change my life type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and and I always talk about this idea to everybody, and especially the story I told you before. When I decided to come to America, right? And it's, oh, I'm done. Okay, I'll go to America. Made a decision in one night, but still, I was really, really freaked out. So
Right.
scary, but um, I knew I would make it, and I tried to like tell myself, You're okay, you're okay, you're okay, you'll make it, it's okay," because it looks like a cliff, but it's not. It's so scary, but there is an invisible stairway to where I wanna go.
Right.
It's
Right.
my idea all the time, my belief. Then so I've always told my friends about this, like, oh, you're always jumping off of a cliff, like making big decisions, in like a more in Japanese term.
Right.
There's a Japanese term specifically, and I've explained to this to people. Then so this time, I got to write write that song about that.
Right. And I must say, like, I can really tell, kind of, especially as I listen to the song, I can really tell that you put your heart into that song, really letting people know that, like, hey, it may seem like I'm making, that rash decision with like no preparation or whatnot. It seems like I'm ready to just jump off that cliff and fall however far it leads me, but in actuality, like, for me, there is an invisible stairway. Like, you may not see it, but I certainly see it, and I'm gonna climb it as high as I can to get to that point. Which, I mean, especially with
Yeah.
what we've been able to talk about today, that's really been your mentality from like day one. Like,
Yes.
ever since you really decided, like, hey, I'm going to be a singer, I'm going to be a vocalist, I'm going to be a musician, this is going to be my life. Like, ever since that high school day to here you are right now, years later, like, getting the chance to again work with incredible people that you grew up admiring, get to work opportunities where people all over the world get a chance to see you and recognize you, Shihori, the artist, not, oh, the person that did XYZ or the person that did the like, they recognize you for you and the incredible art that you've been able to do. Like, I have to ask, like, it has to, is it surreal, or is it like so weird for you to think how far you've been able to develop as an artist? Like, again, from where you were in the final year of high school or whatnot to here you are right now, it's got to be so surreal to think how much you've been able to grow and develop and succeed as an artist.
Yeah, it is really weird. Kind of, I've established certainly in Japan as a J-pop singer-songwriter, and J-pop had some like a formula or like a forms
Yeah.
format. Yes, and I didn't imagine writing songs in English was so different, and so still I'm learning. And but initial one of the initial concepts of when I came to America was to explore new things, because like
Yeah.
if you keep continuing the same style, and what's the point? It's just I could be in Japan, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I needed to like renew myself everything, and so learning English and learning like more English songs, and like renewing my ideas, policies, everything, and it's not easy at all. And so I'm like maybe you can see how I struggled if you listen to my older songs.
Right.
And like older songs, especially the first EP, like Angel in the Garden,
Yep.
was like what I imagined back then. Oh, this is the American version of Shihori. This was simple before learning English, like songwriting.
Right.
And so yeah, I was totally wrong, but kind of that sounds really unique, interesting, like, but more Shihori
Well,
to me right now.
look, I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
especially hearing those EPs, especially like Angel in the Garden or whatnot, you can kind of still, or like, what was it, like Angel in the Garden or Little Departures and such. Like, you can certainly tell that there is Shihori there. It's just still Kate, like, there's still the whole entire like the J-pop mentality, or like, what you dealt with
Yeah,
over
very
at
J-pop.
yeah, it's very J-pop focused. It's not very Shihori focused. Like, especially when you get to like the later albums, like I said,
Exactly.
like Shihorism or Mutation, especially Mutation. I just gotta say, I didn't get a chance to emphasize this before, but like Mutations alone, I could really tell, especially with like all the different blends of music genres and stuff. Like, especially like your more jazzy style stuff or whatnot. Like, I could really tell that there is a lot of you in just all those tracks that you really got a chance to put forward once you kind of again broke the J-pop mentality, like, more than anything else.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, that was also another thing that I tried to break through,
Mm-hmm.
and is to find out like kind of my
Mm-hmm.
identity in musicality. And so I tried to like change myself to more American version of me. But these years, I started to realize that maybe that division might not necessary, and don't think too much, because like
Yeah.
I'm me, whatever I do. Then so like I didn't use J-pop term for the first several years, but started to use it now, even when I sing my songs in English in more American style, but I realized that I cannot erase my uniqueness.
Right.
How no matter how I change my sound as more American or English or and so okay, so just be yourself and whatever I make is just my song and it's okay to be J-pop artist and who's in America and working with American music producers. Oh, that's interesting. That's it.
Yeah, no, I mean it genuinely is, and I appreciate the fact that like especially for you, like you're going to that mentality of like don't try to define yourself by like what kind of music that you're making or like what music you're not making. Just be yourself more than anything else. That's a mentality
Yeah.
that I hope that a lot of artists are able to like take within themselves and really express themselves through their own artwork in whatever form or whatever medium they do. Just at the end of the day, like put yourself first and foremost when it comes to that stuff. And for you, it's not simply as defined as, hey, I'm a J-pop artist or hey, I'm trying this new, extreme thing. It's just one of those like, I'm just making what I love. I'm making what's me more than anything else. And like, we talked about with like Invisible Stairway, it's going to be very scary with whatever me is, but you know what? It's gotten you to this point. It's gotten you to do some incredible stuff and really get a chance to meet, people that you may have never had before. Like, I'm curious as well, like in this whole entire journey, like what has been more or less like the most surreal moment for you? Like what has been the moment for you to where you have to stand back and just simply be like, I'm actually doing this. Like this is me being who I want to be.
Yes, it happened earlier this year.
Okay.
In February, maybe I was invited by a Japanese embassy in Costa Rica to
Ooh.
celebrate the 90th anniversary of what is that of diplomatic relationship between Japan and Costa Rica,
Okay.
and I had a bunch of concerts and I performed at the historically most important music venue in Costa Rica, which is National Theater. Very historic, very like old, so beautiful, big venue with a beautiful Fazioli piano, like more probably classical, like or operatic
Mm-hmm.
place, and that was packed, full house, so many
Wow.
people, and I got to perform J-pop songs. Like it was a little bit of anime song cover and city pop cover, and my original stuff or anime stuff, self cover stuff, and and I played the piano, and which is my original musical style,
Yeah.
and yeah. And then like people appreciated my messages and music really a lot, and playing performing like J-pop songs, like my original stuff in Costa Rica in front of full of the people in this historical amazing venue, and I am bridging the cultures
Yeah.
as a J-pop singer, and wow, so that's why I was born like this, and I couldn't fit Japanese culture as a Japanese person. With my name Shihori means wabi sabi, sense of the beauty, Japanese sense of beauty and
Oh.
imperfection.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got out of Japan and more trying to be an international J-pop artist to spread J-pop.
Yeah.
And oh, I'm doing it. Oh, everything was meant to do this. And it
I,
was so shocking, and I was, whoa.
oh, I can only imagine. Like, if especially thinking to where you were at this point, like not even 10 years ago, like in Japan, like even debating on going to America, like being stuck in like a system in one form or fashion. Here you are, like you've literally traveled to the other side of the world. You've gotten a chance to really express yourself. You've gotten a chance to go to places that I bet you never even imagined of going to in the first place. Like whoever thinks like definitively, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to Costa Rica one day. Like the fact that you got a chance to do that and have such a surreal experience, like I could tell you're more or less like living the dream. Like that's it's I can only imagine, like especially for you, like again, both how incredible, like just point blank, how incredible it must be to think of all these years of hard work, trials and tribulations to here you are right now doing this incredible stuff. It must be amazing.
Yeah, it is really amazing, really surreal, and I now appreciate everything that happened to me in my life. It was always really tough and crazy, like being kidnapped or being abused or like some disabilities and bullied and so much hardships I had. But like I can appreciate everything. What's direct me to where I am right now, and it's wow, this
Yeah.
is very epic.
Yeah, no, I can only imagine. Especially all the stuff that you just listed right there, all the hardships that you had to go through. I'm sorry, I'm still always have to like take a step back whenever I hear, wait, you were kidnapped. That's scary. Like
Yeah,
even just hear like even hearing that, that's just scary to hear. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that in the first
yeah.
place.
Thank you. Yeah, that was so crazy.
I can only imagine. I mean, like again, you're getting like really cool opportunities, not just with like your own music, but also like I said, like helping other people out with other people's music. Again, like I said, there's a reason why 19 million people loved hearing a fan version of a JoJo song for a series that isn't animated yet. Like it's insane to think like you've gotten opportunities like that to work with Cowboy Bebop, even making fake themes for shows that are movies that aren't even real. One of the looking through your discography, one of the coolest but also one of the weirdest songs that I saw was a song called Silent Scream, which is what you made. One that you had made basically if you were to make a fake like anime movie of the Paris guy, the guy from Turkey that participated in the Olympics and got a silver medal. I'm curious how like what was this
Oh yeah.
something, was this something that you created, or did someone come up to you and be like, hey, I have this fun idea for something, let's make it a reality? How did Silent Scream come to be?
Yeah, so he was going viral when the Paris Olympic happened last year, right?
Yes,
Last
yes.
year, and like so many like artists made a fan art
Mm-hmm.
of him, and I saw a bunch of those illustration
Yep.
pictures that those like some professional illustrators made, and so this illustrator dropped image of the like Paris Olympic, that exactly the illustration I used as a jacket, like a cover art,
Yep.
and like with other characters too, and like Paris Olympic, the movie type of thing, and it went viral too, and we were seeing it. Oh my god, this anime movie looks so cool! I would write an opening theme song for it. Ha ha ha! Just a joke. But people reacted so differently, and oh yes, please write it, please, I want to hear it. Yes, do it. And so many comments on my like joke, and no, I'm just kidding. Sorry, you're sorry, but too many people wanted it, and also like some friends of mine like like I started to participate that, oh, let's do it, I want to do it, I will do it, and one of them created a group chat on X and they talk about the collaboration. Okay, so now no way to run away from this joke.
We're locked in now,
And
people.
I wrote the song. Yeah.
Oh goodness! Like I did not know what I expected when I saw the cover art for it, and then I listened to it, and like I'm not joking. Like I could tell, I got a hint of your anime days, because if you had taken like if it was for like if you had told me it was for like some obscure anime that got like 2 seasons that was only localized in Japan, I would have believed you because it's that good of a song. It is a really good joke song more than anything else.
Yeah, like I need to make it certainly amazing. right? Like people expected it. so,
My goodness.
so we couldn't release it like on time, like by time though.
All right.
Like some unexpected things happened. Everybody was volunteering, so it didn't like go super smoothly, and so kind of the timing was off. But still, yeah, I think we made a really cool fake opening theme song.
I mean, it's one of those. I add that to my Spotify playlist. So if that tells you anything about how good of a song it is, oh goodness.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
I
Yeah, like kind of my joke, yeah, made it.
I mean, it's really cool to see what you have been able to do so far and all these incredible opportunities that, again, I've been emphasizing over and over again. And especially now with this new single that you have out, Invisible Stairway, it does leave me more or less curious, like, what is next for Shihori? Like, obviously, this is only one song that you released. Are we expecting a new potential Shihori album sometime in the near future or something? Like, what should we expect from Shihori here before too long?
Yeah, so I was about to make a new album, hopefully, like this fall or something. But
Okay.
unfortunately, or fortunately, I had too much like a trouble uh, travel around the world and
Right.
all over the places. Then so I had I had not like enough time to create songs. So probably I'm not making it this year, but still I have some new songs in my production plan,
Okay.
and so yeah. I'm looking forward to make it happen sooner, maybe next year.
Okay. Okay. Well, I know for
Yeah.
myself and several others at that point, like, obviously, take your time. Don't need to rush yourself. Don't need to push yourself further than you need to. But whenever those new songs do drop, there's going to be a lot of us that's going to be excited to hear how you're going to be able to express yourself and just truly be you at the end of the day. It leads me to also wonder, especially hearing the journey you've been able to have, and again, the highs and lows, the peaks and valleys you've been able to have, like, especially for people that may be listening to this and wondering, hey, this incredible person's been able to have a career when it comes to music and such. Do you have any advice for musicians that are trying to get their, foot in the door, trying to get out there and really trying to, you know, despite everything that they may be going through, like, what advice would you give to artists that are trying to make it out there?
Oh yeah, so definitely be yourself, and there are many methods or theories
Mm-hmm.
like on YouTube or everywhere ads, right? And you should do it if you pursue this or type of information. And but like don't put yourself in a box, never. And just do what you really want to do, and that's the way to shine your soul the most. And it's whatever, like you can combine something like a other hobby that you really love with music, then that could be the really most original, unique
There you go.
thing. Yeah, and it's there's a treasure. So be aware of what you really like, and so don't underestimate what you really like.
There you go. That's a good mentality to have more than anything else. And I imagine, if people, I imagine people would be excited to truly know that, hey, like, hey, in order to make in this world, I could just be myself. Because sometimes it's really hard to hear that. Sometimes people think they have to look a certain way or they have to be a certain way, especially seeing the people that, are what they consider like a million times more successful and getting incredible opportunities. They think, oh, I have to be like this person or that person. When you're a good, shining example of, hey, I was just myself. I was just being myself, and look what opportunities I was able to get. Like, it's really cool and surreal to see
Exactly.
where you've been able to get with this.
Yeah. And also, don't follow the trend too much. Like, if you
Yeah.
like to do it, it's okay. But like, that's what the industry people forced me to do long before, and I regret of it following them a lot, because like my music is like too mature and too difficult for the like pop audience, and so they tried forced me to write like easier stuff. But actually, the
Mm.
trend of complicated, difficult song in J-pop came later, and which I got on that trend as a songwriter, and it was okay. But like, what if I didn't listen to them and just pursued my like a difficult, complicated way to to the music, and that might be different, right? And so this could happen. And also, when I came to America, anime trend wasn't big as much as now.
Right.
Then so like everybody I worked with advised me to Americanize my music more. Like you can't do this. Oh, you sound too J-pop, and they changed my chords, and that's so like everything is a minor chorus, and that's so boring to me. So I need more this and this and this and dynamic
Yes.
something and yeah, but like they tried to change my music really, really flat, and I didn't like it. But like, oh, do I really need to do this? But see, the timing, like the time has changed. After the COVID, everybody watches Netflix and everybody watches anime, and people appreciate J-pop more. And so it's actually so many American musicians come to me, and so my dream is to write a same songs for anime, and I want to write J-pop songs together with you. And wow, time has really changed. So
Yeah.
now I can fight with what I really I'm good at even.
It's amazing how when time changes but you don't, suddenly they start to work in your favor. Things really start, people
Yeah.
realize, instead of following the trend and trying to find the next thing, you're the person they go into. Like it's that's a weird moment. That's weird at the end of the day, but it's really cool more than anything else to know that you're at the end of the day, just being you allows you to get some really cool opportunities, and continue to grow for the musicians that you are. In fact, why don't we keep asking about more opportunities that you could potentially ask? Because Shihori, I want to ask you more. I want to give you more or less the dream scenario, if I may. Let's say I am Big Shot Mr. Moneybags. I come up to him like, look, Shihori, we know you can do incredible stuff. We've heard your music. We know that there's something incredible there, and you could go to the moon when it comes to this stuff. You could go to places you probably never even been to before, places that you may have never imagined. You just need a little extra push, a little extra platform to get you to that point. We have access to everyone and anyone in whatever industry possible, and more money than there should be possible. We probably should be making sure that musicians are able to, have insurance and all that kind of stuff, places to live and stuff like that. Make sure that they don't struggle. We'll focus on them in a little bit. We will, we promise. But right now, we are focusing on you and you alone. If given this opportunity, what would be the dream Shihori project?
Dream Shihori project. Maybe something really big concert,
Oh,
and yeah, with really amazing visuals, and so my the core of me is message, and I want to empower people, and so something like I would put great messages like in the program type of thing, like show some messages, talk about it, or like, but they are the part of the show, like programs might be
right.
really nice too. Yeah.
No, that'd be really cool. I can only imagine, especially with how you've been able to creatively exert yourself just through your music alone, if given the opportunity to give whatever venue you want and allow whatever kind of set design and aspect and messaging or whatnot, like that's gonna be a like ethereal, like a truly lived in experience that I think very few artists have the opportunity to put their audience into. Like
Right.
especially with like some of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
especially with like some of the imagery that you have with like your songs alone. Like I can only imagine, if given the opportunity, how you would make an invisible stairway a reality,
Right. Yeah, exactly. That'd be super cool.
But sadly, we have to get down from the dream scenario and we have to get back to reality, and I'll ask the ever so generic question. Where do you hope to see yourself in, say, 5 to 10 years from now?
I maybe would want be a position that everybody like it thinks of me when it comes to a J-pop artist in America. Oh, that's Shihori.
Okay. Okay. No, honestly, it's a good
Yeah.
vision to have, especially with what you've been able to do while you've been in America or whatnot. Like getting the opportunity to still grow when it comes to that, and let more people know, like, hey, this incredible artist is doing this incredible J-pop stuff. Like, basically, have more ears on you more than anything else. Have more people listening to your stuff. That's a good thing to achieve in 5 to 10 years. I think you can get there. I mean, heck,
Thank you.
look what you've been able to do in the past 5 years alone. 5 years ago, people probably wouldn't have even known the name Shihori in the first place, and yet here you are now, like getting really cool stuff where people are literally excited for an opportunity to see you perform. Like it's a unique
Yeah,
experience.
huge difference.
Yes,
Yeah, and it's very unique and incredible. I cannot believe it. It's happening.
absolutely. As we start to
And
wind down the interview, I just have one last question I want to ask you, Shihori. Obviously, you are deeply entrenched in art and music. Like ever since you were, like I said, 2 years old, singing the popular song, and then getting to that point to where now here you are. This is your life. Music is your life and your career. How important is art, not just for you, but for the world as a whole?
oh, it's massively important. Governments nowadays underrate arts and cut the education fees for arts, and that's bullshit that
Yeah.
cultivates us and our everything like education or like emotional intelligence, everything that what makes us really rich spiritually, emotionally, and so it's really important. Everybody should, yeah, enjoy it.
I think that is wonderfully worded, if I do say so myself. Um, Shihori, that is all the questions that I have for you. I've already showered you with Lord knows how much praise at this point, but I'm gonna shower you with a little bit more because it's my podcast. I do what I want. Um, like I said,
Yay.
when Suzanne first introduced me to you in the first place, I was immediately intrigued just from what she's been able to describe me of you. Suzanne is doing a great job, by the way, of making sure that people know about you and really getting your name out there. So shout out to Suzanne over at Behind the Curtain Media.
Thank you.
But ever since I got a chance to really dive into your music, like I could tell that there was something different, like from the word go. Because obviously people have their mentality on what J-pop could potentially be, more or less. And like, it's not that I was judgy for J-pop or anything like that. I just didn't know what I was expecting when I was first getting into it for your music. But I am so glad I dived deep into what you have. I could truly tell with just about every single track, especially like the more recent tracks or whatnot, how much of yourself and how much of your true you are able to express yourself when it comes to each and every single one of these songs, whether it be songs that you wrote for yourself or even again like helping out with fan songs. I could truly tell with like the amount of passion and love you put into all your vocals or whatnot. Like it's truly a wonderful experience, and it just makes me excited to know what could potentially be next. Like if invisible stairway is any indication on what could potentially be next or whatnot, like it leaves me excited to know like what that next step into on this stairway could be, because seeing the amount of leaps and steps you've been able to get to this point, and how much true to you've been able to stay no matter what had happened in the past, no matter who else tells you like, hey, you need to be like this, you need to be like that, you're gonna be successful if you do it like this, you're not gonna like, you said no, I'm gonna be me, let me do me, and it's gotten you incredible opportunities, and I can only imagine how many more incredible opportunities you could potentially have, because I know that
Oh,
the sky is not even the limit. We're gonna have to go into space to figure out what the
right.
limit is going to be more than anything else.
Yes.
The long and the short of it is, Shihori, thank you for what you do. Thank you for being true to yourself in everything that you do. And just know that I'm gonna be by your side, rooting for you every single step of the way with whatever you got going on next. So thank you.
Oh. Thank you, Nathan. You're the person who was meant to be born as a speaker. Yeah, I really see your passion, and that's absolutely what makes your soul shine. And so, thank you for your shiny.
That is quite possibly one of the cutest compliments I have ever gotten on this podcast. Thank you sincerely.
Being honest.
Now,
Yeah.
if people may be wondering where on earth they can hear this amazing music that I've been gushing about for the past hour or so, go ahead and plug your stuff for the people at home. Where can people hear more about Shihori?
Thank you.
I'll say where can people find more of your stuff? Where can people find your
Oh,
stuff?
okay. Yeah, so like you can follow my Instagram, Shihori94, Shihori 94, or X. I have an account, Shihori94, and Shihori New York NY.
There you go.
And also I have a YouTube channel, Spotify, and everything. And so please search Shihori.
Absolutely. I highly recommend the YouTube channel, by the way, especially when I was doing my research. I found an interview that you did in preparation of Lunar Flower, which is a very sweet interview.
Florida.
I really do love that interview that you gave or whatnot. So if people want to hear more of Shihori talking or hear this incredible music that I've been gushing about, I'll have all those links in the description below so that it'd be easy for you to find and follow Shihori more than anything else. Do you have any final words before we sign off?
Oh, like it just be yourself, enjoy.
There you go.
Enjoy life. You don't have to wait a day to go to heaven above the sky. You don't have to wait, just go to the heaven right now. Pursue your dream and live in the dream. Just do it.
There you go. I think that's. There you go. I think that's fantastic words to live by. And with that, all I have left to say is for the people at home, if you can, please pay your artists.
Tell me what's wrong, tell me sparks in motion. Sing me a song, tell me your eyes can all open. Show me it all, put me up in the car you drove when you used to call. Show me it all.
Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. If this is your first time listening, I greatly do appreciate it. I always love being surprised by artists like this. It's always amazing to be introduced to incredible artists that I may have never heard about before. And Shihori, if you've gotten to this point of the conversation, thank you so much for not only making the incredible music that introduced me to you and really made me a fan of yours, but also thank you for the fun time and the fun conversation. It was an absolute pleasure. And there's a couple dog barks for you if you can hear it. See? There you go. No, I am always amazed when it comes to artists and just that I may have never even heard about beforehand, how genuinely surprised I am. I mean, in the almost 5 years that I have done this podcast, I should not be as surprised as I am, but I always constantly am. I guess that's just a testament to how incredible the art world is more than anything else. Every single time I get some really cool guests, ones that I never thought I would get an opportunity to talk to, and just have some incredible conversations like this one. I never thought I would ever get the opportunity to talk to a J-pop star. And Shihori was just a really fun one to chat with. I guess that's why I'm always looking. I'm always on that lookout for art that I may have never considered, or artists I never would have even thought of. You know, when you do this podcasting thing, at least this interviewing thing long enough, you learn to just, kind of like what Shihori talks about in her own songs, you take that step on the invisible stairway. And you never know. Maybe it'll take you one step higher. Maybe it's actually just a little plateau for a second and you just walk across for a second. Either way, well, I guess the long and short of it is I'm glad I am both glad and I am lucky. I get to have cool conversations like this, and I get to talk to incredible artists and really see more about them. it just makes me excited for whatever's happening next when it comes to this podcast. Because there's sometimes to be blunt, there are times I don't know what's going to be happening next with this podcast. I mean, I know what's going to at least be happening. Like, for example, next week, I got a really good episode planned for you guys. So, but that's aside from the point. The point is, I'm so glad and so lucky that I get really cool conversations like this. And so I hope you guys will be more than happy to stay on board, whether this is your first episode or whether you've listened to just about every single episode of this podcast. I hope you stick with me and keep showing me and keep introducing me to artists I never would have even considered beforehand. I love to learn. I love learning about these artists, and I want to keep that love and curiosity going.